Hey people, it is Saturday, November the 5th. The time is 3:35 in the afternoon, and it's currently 23 degrees Celsius, feeling more like 26 degrees with the humidex. Extremely warm for a day in November. And I'm here at the Spadina Street entrance into Graffiti Alley, or Spadina Avenue, I should say. So this is a popular spot in the city for tourists and locals alike to get some cool photographs. And it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It is an alleyway full of graffiti. There are many others in the city that are very similar, but this one has been chosen as the one to steer the tourists towards more so than any other. And as a result, maybe some of the pieces here in Graffiti Alley are a little bit more Instagram worthy than you might find in some other alleyways, but that's debatable. I've been in a number of other alleyways that were just as interesting to me as Graffiti Alley. So I thought I'd walk the length of Graffiti Alley, which ends at Portland Street. And then from there I'll continue walking along the length of Portland Street, which is another interesting spot in its own right. It's a popular street with nightlife. A number of bars and restaurants line the street, and also lots of new mid-rise residential developments have begun transforming the look of Portland Street, which was formerly a pretty low-rise street with old townhomes and row houses and semi-industrial looking buildings. Now, Graffiti Alley has had a few changes in recent years. Some new condominium developments on the next street over resulted in the demolition of some of the original walls here of the older buildings, which were replaced by these new condos, as you can see right here. And those sections were lost, but as you can see, new graffiti has sprung up here on the back of this fairly new condo building. And graffiti is not only on the walls, but it's also on the ground, if you can call that graffiti. And it's constantly changing and evolving. Pieces are replaced by newer pieces as the years go by. Some of my favorite ones from years ago no longer exist. And some of the alleyways leading out to Queen Street are also incorporated into the overall aesthetic of the alleyway. So you'll often find people here doing photo shoots and things of that nature. And even in a place like this, which is designed for people to take photographs or video, I still get odd looks from people as I walk through with my camera. It's like, what is that guy doing recording graffiti in a tourist attraction where he's supposed to photograph and record the graffiti? Some of the pieces along here are rather old. They haven't changed in over 10 years in some cases. Now, this is an interesting piece here. It's not graffiti, but Mr. Mirror. And here's another new condo building. So at one time this was an older building with a old brick wall with lots of graffiti, and now it's just starting to get refilled again with new pieces here.
Wait a minute.
And this might be my favorite part of Graffiti Alley. This entire building has been covered. I call it the fish building for obvious reasons. And I myself am guilty of having my photograph taken in front of this building as well. I assume you. I hope so. And on this side of the building is a cool mural depicting all things Toronto. Many iconic sites and personalities. Just to name a few, we have the CN Tower, of course. We have Sam the Record Man. We have Honest Ed's. And of course, construction cranes and condos. And we have Rob Ford. And a raccoon. And I could go on and on. In some cases, the mini alleys leading out onto Queen Street are more interesting than the main alley itself. Almost missed this on this side. And this is Portland Street. And just up ahead is Queen Street, as I mentioned. So now I will begin my walk south here along Portland Street. Richmond Street.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, lots of new condo developments. And some of the old row homes that were more typical of the street. These ones are slated to also be redeveloped. I don't know, I kind of wish some of them were preserved. I'm quite fond of old 19th century row houses, as long as they're in good condition. These ones, I guess, aren't in the best of condition or the most architecturally significant. And most of the condos, as I mentioned earlier, are of the mid-rise variety. You won't really be seeing too many skyscraper condos erected here on Portland Street. That sign says it all. Condominiums coming here soon. Interesting building here. Some good fire escapes on the side. And here are some more well-kept old row houses. I don't see any development notice on any of these properties, so they seem safe for the time being. Taqueria. And here's Adelaide Street. Forget-Me-Not Cafe. It's like a cute little establishment. Now at night this street has a completely different feel. It becomes swarmed with partygoers and very upscale crowd of people with very expensive clothing. The King Street West nightclub scene is, of course, the focus of this area, but Portland Street intersects with King Street West just up ahead, and it's the main intersection of the nightlife area. And what is happening here now? One time there were 2 Jimmy's Coffees across the street from one another. But it looks like the other Jimmy's Coffee has disappeared and is now whatever is happening here. And this mural of Lucy from Peanuts has been here as long as I can remember, but that message over top of Lucy's face is a recent addition. It's not very cool to deface an icon like Lucy Van Pelt. And I have come through this area at night in previous videos, if you'd like to see what the nightlife is like around here. It's really quite the scene. And here's King Street. And for those saying Torontonians don't jaywalk, well, here's proof that that is a myth. One of many myths that people like to try and keep going about Toronto that are completely untrue.
No, they do have a great house.
It's Ruby Soho. This is a neat building here as well. Ice cream dessert shop and cafe.
So I got his Instagram. Oh, and he added it.
According to the street signs, this is the fashion district we're now walking through. This is Wellington Street. And looking towards the heart of downtown. It's quite the beautiful scene with all the leaves. Seems a bit strange though with the weather being this warm and all the leaves on the ground. Those things don't generally go together. But it does happen from time to time. Warm spells in November are not all that unusual for Toronto. And by warm spells, I'm talking temperatures in excess of 20 degrees Celsius. Looks like this building will be redeveloped. I was just kind of admiring it, to be honest, just a minute ago. It's kind of an eye-catching building, if a bit on the small side, but 23 stories. We'll be replacing this building. And these are rather nice. I think they did a pretty good job of making these look like historic townhomes. Not sure how old they really are. And this large development here will be known as Portland Commons. We'll have a mix of some retail and commercial as well as residential. You can see a rendering across the street.
No. It's not. It's just to me.
And this is where Portland Street comes to an end, here at Front Street. But I thought we would head up onto the pedestrian bridge over the rail corridor. I'm going to get a nice shot looking straight down the street, or straight up, I suppose, if we're looking north.
Like I took a picture.
No sign of any trains coming. And there's the train. That's the Up Express. It's heading to Pearson Airport from Union Station. And this is the entrance into the City Place neighborhood. And off in that direction, get another look at Portland Street. So I think I'll start to wrap up the video here. Hope you enjoyed this walk through Graffiti Alley, starting at Spadina Avenue, and then heading west through the alley to its endpoint at Portland Street, and then walking north along the full length of Portland Street. Or north, walking south. That's right, south along the full length of Portland Street, from Queen down to Front, and then over the pedestrian bridge here over the rail corridor. So let me know what you think of Graffiti Alley and Portland Street, the transformation of the street. Do you think they should continue with this densification or leave well enough alone? So leave a comment down below, let me know your thoughts, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. That way you always catch my daily videos. And also make sure you hit that notification bell, that way you won't miss any of my daily videos. Kind of stumbling over my usual closing statement here. And if you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal, as well as via my merch store. And there's also a super thanks button right down below. And you can also find me on Instagram under KContinuum. So thanks for watching, and be sure to keep checking back, because, as always, I will continue. And one more train to end the video. Let's say GO train, heading west.